Well, I definitely got my coils over some very nice finds this week. Well, welcome to Finding America. It's really nice to see you here, and thanks so much for stopping by to watch this new episode. Well, it was 2 boiling hot days and 1 extremely pleasant day, and it all added up to a really awesome time spent metal detecting at that early 1800s plantation. I came away with some old coins, awesome relics, and I even saw the gleam of that old silver. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into this. And I really hope you enjoy watching this one. I'm just kind of going low and slow with the Manticore and seeing what I can find in the yard. And picking up where I left off last week with the bucking ball. Not bad. It's giving me about a 22-23 signal. I was hoping maybe a nickel on the edge, but I'll definitely take an old piece of Civil War lead. So, very cool. You can still see it has a sprue. They didn't clip it off all the way when they cast it. So, very cool little piece, and I'm going to see what else I can get here. Well, this one was 43, and I knew it was going to be iron, but it sounded good, so I wanted to chase it. And it's kind of cool, so I wanted to film it. Check this out. Yeah, it's not a Civil War J-hook, but it is pretty cool. It's threaded up here, very old. Look at the threads. And that is pretty neat. Look at that. It really looks like hand wrought iron. I mean, it definitely is. Look at the little curly Q at the end. How crazy is that? Man, that is cool. That's why I dig the iron. I just enjoy it. And you know, I remember digging iron one day, and out came a bayonet. And then I dug iron the next day, and out came a sailing ship bookend. And you just never know. Well, unfortunately, I dug down and all I got was a nail out of this hole. But I'm filming because something else popped out that was pretty interesting. And I've been finding a lot of Native American Indian, well, not a lot, but I found a couple pieces. And I've seen a lot of worked flint in this yard. So I'm keeping my eyes open. And I saw this come out and I thought, wow, what is that, old brick? But it's some type of old pottery, but check this out. Look at the design on it. That is pretty darn cool. That is awesome. It's like they combed the design on it. Really thick pottery. Absolutely love that. I'm hoping it's Native American. But no matter what it is very old. So that is really cool. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. If you think that's Native American pottery, which that's a great find if it is. Well, I got a nice little 29 signal. I just scratched down about an inch or two, and I got this, I think it's a snap. Could be a cap, I'm not sure, but it has a Greek key pattern all the way around it. It definitely looks early 1900s. Let me show you the other side there. I think it was a real old snap, I think. So that's pretty cool. I'll get it cleaned up a little bit more, get you a better look at it once I get back home, but nice old little piece. This one was giving me a 43. It was only repeatable one direction, but I wanted to dig it up. I knew it was big iron, and I thought it might be. And it did turn out to be. Check it out. The remains of a railroad spike. The head's broken off. But hey, I think that'll count, and yeah, I'm all set to show you a very cool old train picture. Well, this definitely wasn't the greatest signal in the world at all, but I dig everything, and I'm glad I dug this one. I thought it was going to be a nail, and I started to work it free, and I think it widens out down here. So I'm just grabbing the camera. I think it's probably going to be the handle to maybe an iron spoon or something. And oh yeah, check. Whoa. Yeah, it is iron, but check this out. Man, this is old. Get out. Yeah, I just saw the end of it, and I'm like, let me grab the camera. I'm sure glad I did. Look at the beautiful design on this one. Is that not, that's incredible looking. Look at that. Let's see the backside. Oh my gosh, look. Wow. What an incredible fork or spoon handle. Wow. That's insane. I'm trying to get in on this. Wow. That is so cool. I can't wait to get this cleaned up. It's weird. It's almost like this is a good base metal, and then it turns into an iron. The remainder of it, very strange. Wow. What a killer piece. This is definitely into the 1800s. Wow. Might even be post-Civil War, 1870s, I don't know. That's awesome. No wonder it was giving me such a weird signal. I'm glad I dug that. Yep, dig it all. Well, I tell you, sometimes things just work out in the most weirdest ways. It's just getting too hot, so I was gonna call it for today. And I got up to the back of my SUV, and I was gonna open the hatch, and I'm like, well, you know what? Let me just go up this little row. I don't know why. I just decided to go up between the fence and my car, and right next to my driver's door, I got a 50. I think it was like a 52, 55 signal. I was like, oh, let me just dig it and see. And check it out. I think I have an Indian head penny. Look at there. That was about 6 inches down. Right next to my driver's door. I can literally lean over and touch it. Is that not crazy? I've been bebopping all over the property, and one of my best finds is, yep, check it out, Indian. Is right next to my driver's door where I parked. Yep, that's the way it goes sometimes. It's a weird little hobby sometimes, and I'm trying to see if I can get a date. Looks like, oh, nice. Oh, it's a great date. Check it out. It's 1899. Last year of the 1800s. Very, very cool. Wow, great coin. It looks like it's going to clean up really nicely. I'll tell you what, let me get my Andre pencil out. I'm going to give it a quick going over, and I'll be right back. That's so awesome. Well, there you go, 1899 Indian head penny. Really nice condition. Backside's even better. Look at that. Hopefully it's in focus. The sun is just blinding, and I've got sweat in my eyes. But that was nice. That was a nice way to cap off this day's hunt. And I will definitely take that. 1899. Well, I decided to swap the M9 coil and put the big M15 coil on. We got a little bit of rain and the ground is relatively soft, so I thought, let's see what we can find going over some old area that I've been over previously and see what this can find in. This is my first good target. Give me a 42 repeatable. Looked pretty good on the 2D screen. It gave me iron and conductive, and it just sounded good. So everything checked out, and I went down about 8 inches and got a nice surprise. Check it out. It's been a little while since I dug one of these. It's a complete early valve stem for a teens 20s car, usually a Model T. It was the most popular car back then. But that's a nice oldie, and it's all there too. It's got the nut, the bracket, and the valve stem. Very cool. I will definitely take that, and I'm going to keep moving on with the M15 for a while. Well, once again, we have more mysteries solved this week, thanks to all of you out there watching. You might recall the really unusual piece that I dug up in the last episode. Well, Philip Lawson and Richard Layton were both watching the episode, and they were both very quick to confirm for me that what I'd actually found was a section of an old power drive chain. And these were used in all sorts of old farm implements. You might also recall the strange blocks of iron that I also found during the last episode. Well, I have to say those two bars kind of had me puzzled out there. And luckily Terry Archibald was watching the episode, and he let me know that it was probably likely that those two bars had been used in an old tractor weight box. So a huge thank you goes out to Philip, Richard, Terry, and everyone else who really came through and helped make last week's mystery finds this week's mystery solved. Just a little further down the row in this yard, got another nice signal using the M15. It was about, I'd say 6-7 inches, not particularly deep, but definitely locked onto it nicely. And not sure what it is, but I see it down here in my dirt, so I just grabbed the camera because it had a bit of a shape. Oh yeah, check it out. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, that's really nice. I wasn't sure what it was going to be when I grabbed the camera. I thought it was going to be suspender related, but check out this buckle. That is a way cool buckle. I love the design on it. Kind of deco looking. I'd probably put it back to the 30s, 20s, 30s. Nice brass buckle. And it's got the prong on it and everything. And nice little ornate decoration on it too. So I'm definitely happy with that. And yeah, that was a good pickup right there. Well, I just made a heck of a nice recovery with the big coil here, the M15. Getting a nice repeatable 28 signal. Most people won't dig a 28, but it sounds great. It looked great on the VDI, actually the 2D screen, I should say. Smack on the conductive line. And so I dug, and I dug, and I dug, and I got down 12 inches. And right at the very bottom of the hole, I finally popped it out. And check it out. That is the top of an old oil lamp where the wick would have come through. Very nice, very old piece. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, I buried the digger. So it's just a good solid foot down, and very cool old piece from the early days of this old house, and I'm swinging pretty close to it too. So yeah, on the side of the kitchen here. So pretty darn cool. I'm very happy with that, and yeah, let's see what I can get next. Well, I got an iffy signal here, and I went down about 10 inches and pulled out a big old piece of iron. But something else popped out that I think might be kind of cool. It's a piece of china, and I see a little bit of pink or red color on it. So I grabbed the camera just in case we get to see what it is together. This side, some kind of cool squared off dish there. And let's see what it is on the money side. That's pretty cool. Sort of a pink or red ferns on that side. So neat little piece, definitely old, way down at the bottom of that hole. Well, I was getting a really nice signal pretty close to the old kitchen, and it said it was deep, and they weren't lying. I had to go down about a foot, and you can see how rocky the soil is here. But I finally managed to pull it out, and it's a piece of old copper. Well, it could be brass, but I think it is copper. But check out the leaves and flower design on it. It's got a little retainer right there, but not quite sure what this went on. But it's definitely old and definitely an interesting piece. I definitely wanted to show it to you. Well, I never get tired of digging these. This one's giving me a 38, and I got another one. Check this out. About 6 inches down, beautiful pistol ball. Dropped, and sorry, trying to get the ants off me. But there it is right there. It looks like a 36 cal. It's a pretty good sized ball, and yeah, definitely an oldie. Well, I got a nice conductive target here. I dug down pretty deep, and then it said it popped out in the dirt from the hole. First thing I pulled out was this brass or copper ring. So I thought, yeah, that definitely could have made my signal. Then I checked the dirt again, and I pulled out this piece of brass. Not quite sure what that was, but the second piece started to make sense because I went over the dirt again, and it rang off again, and this time I pulled out a lantern wick adjuster. So very cool old oil lamp. It's a small one, and the adjusting wheel, I believe it has something on it, so maybe I'll get a patent date off of that. And I think the second piece that I had might have been associated with that lamp or another one, because it looks like another piece that a wick would have come through. So very cool. I'll give you a better look at this after I get home and get it cleaned up, and definitely happy to find that. Well, I just had to come back because I gave it a little brush out in the field here. And I'll tell you what, this might be one of the oldest oil lamps I've ever dug. It's got a patent date of 1864. This is made during the Civil War in Camden, New Jersey. It has a manufacturer's mark on top. I'll have to get it cleaned up a little bit more, but wow, what a great piece. Definitely one of the earliest pieces, and you know, you can just see them lighting this lamp during and after the Civil War. Well, I just wanted to take a quick minute to jump in here and ask everyone to go over to AmericanDigger.com and get yourself a year subscription to American Digger magazine. Now, I don't make a penny off of this, and the reason I do this is because I think it's an absolutely incredible magazine, and it's put out by equally incredible people. So I'd appreciate it if you headed over to AmericanDigger.com, support an American business, and trust me, when you get that first issue, you will be so glad that you did. Well, I'm just continuing to work along this fence line here, and just going low and slow. Hang on a second, I'm going to wipe this off. We have some very high humidity right now. It's fogging up my camera. Anyway, let me show you what I found here before it fogs up again. Got a nice 40 signal, about 5 inches down. If only pulled it out, and check it out. Inner mechanisms to a pocket watch. So it's got the plate and one of the gears. So pretty cool, nice old find, and hopefully I can continue to make some nice finds along this fence line. Well, what can I say? I got another one. They've been popping up of late at this spot. After so many trips out here, never found anyone. I didn't think I was ever going to find any more out here. And but sure enough, got a 54 signal. Nice, loud and proud, repeatable, and yeah, I had a feeling this. There you go. I couldn't really, I saw the tip of it and I'm like, I'm gonna grab the camera. So, there you go. Very cool, railroad spike this time. Looks like I got a complete one. And yeah, I've been waiting for one. I've got a very cool old train picture to show you. Well, I don't even know what to say anymore. Just finishing this row, and the next signal I got, look at that, another railroad spike. I don't know. Oh, it's crazy. But I love finding them. And if you're new to the channel and you're like, why does he even like finding those things? Because it just takes you back to a period in time when our country was on just the cusp of greatness. And the trains were blowing through all over America on the tracks, and people had never seen anything like it. And it was just an amazing period in time, an amazing invention, and a lot of hard work to lay the tracks and run those machines up and down and east to west on this country transporting goods. So, huge accomplishment in our country's history, and it brings it to mind every time I dig one of these. And it also brings a very cool old train picture. Well, this one was giving me a 38 to 40 on the Manticore screen, and sounded nice. So I went ahead and dug down on it, and yeah, I got let's see, a fired pistol ball. Very nice. And definitely looks Civil War period. But that's a really nice little find right there. And I'm just going through this field trying to find a new hot spot. Well, I got another half decent signal here in the field. It was bouncing around a 48. Definitely not the strongest signal in the world, but it was giving me enough to make me want to dig it. So I went down about 9 inches and I scooped the dirt out, and check it out. Looky there. That is a drop musket ball from the looks of it. Oh yeah. Look at that. 58 caliber. That is sweet. Yeah, and the hole I dug just before this one, I didn't film it. It was a small bucking ball. So that's not too shabby, and I always enjoy getting a 200-year-old piece of lead, and or a 150-year-old Civil War piece of lead. Who knows, but it's definitely old, and it's definitely an old flintlock musket ball. Well, I decided to come out and swing in part of the field on the other side of the fence line. And I really haven't hunted this one too much, and I just spent about 20 minutes going around not getting a good signal at all. And then I got a very low, soft signal, just enough to catch my attention. The depth on the screen was buried, all bars, and it was coming in at a 92. So I dug down and said it was still in the hole, and I took some of the dirt up, put it out here, and then ran my pinpointer over it, and it rang off, and I put the machine over it, said 77, 76, cleared up really nicely. I'd say it was about 9 inches, and I have a feeling it must have been on edge, because it was a really difficult target to get. But check it out. I already know what it is because I can see it. Just as it lay in the dirt here, I got myself a Barber dime. You believe that? That was a nice surprise. Wow, that's crazy. Let me set it over here, grab some water. Oh, that felt good. Been digging a lot of junk, and then hardly any signals out in this part of the field, and looks like I might have got a random drop. I'm hoping it's not a random drop. Maybe it's a first of many, but whether it's first or last, I will take it. Oh yeah, check that out. 1902. That is excellent. It's got beautiful dull gray toning, and let's see if it has a mint mark. Nice and wet. Oh my, heck yes! It is New Orleans, a New Orleans mint mark. Man, I've been kind of on a roll. I've been finding quite a few O's the last couple years. But isn't that awesome? 1902, New Orleans, mint mark Barber dime. Heck yeah, I will definitely take that. Well, I definitely had a lot of fun during this hunt, and I especially loved finding another one of those awesome New Orleans silver coins. Now, don't go anywhere just yet, because as always, I really enjoy ending my Finding America episodes with some incredible historical photos from our country's great past. And at the very end of this episode, you'll see a link in the upper left-hand corner that'll take you to another excellent Finding America episode. Matter of fact, this episode showcases the biggest O coin that you could possibly find, the Mac Daddy of all New Orleans silver coins, and I managed to find it in a hard-hunted public park. So I hope you'll check that one out. I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure, and I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.